Survivor Series 2020, the best of the best of the best, the best. What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome to my pay-per-view predictions video for this Sunday evening. Let me know who you think's going to win in the comments below. We have 7 confirmed matches. The kickoff will begin with a dual-brand Battle Royal. Raw versus SmackDown. They have announced no competitors as of Saturday morning as to who was in this dual-branded Battle Royal. But I think when you consider who they're pushing at the moment, who could A, be in the match, and B, win the match, I would say if it's going to be SmackDown, Lars Sullivan. If it's going to be Raw, Dabba-Kato. Like, he's on Raw since Raw Underground, vanished. So I think those two are certainly top contenders for that Battle Royal. But certainly, a lot of guys could be in there. Daniel Bryan could be in there. Mysterio could be in there. If you have all of Retribution in that match at the same time for a Battle Royal, they're gonna shut it down. But hey, we'll see. It's the kickoff. It's not that important. And we've seen in years past where they totally ignored the winner of the kickoff show. It's happened before. So, we'll see. But let's get to our traditional 5-on-5 men's match Survivor Series rules. Over on Team Raw, we have AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, and Sheamus. And over on the SmackDown side, it is Seth freaking Rollins, King Corbin, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, and the just announced last night, Otis, the working man. And it's like, how do you ever do predictions when they legit confirmed the last members of both teams last night on SmackDown? Like, it is such haphazard, last-minute pandemic booking at this point. Like, having any kind of an actual prediction here seems kind of weird. But I will say, they have spent way more time on Team Raw, with AJ as kind of like the exasperated dad trying to get this team together and saying he's the captain. They have spent almost 0 time on Team SmackDown, so I'm going to call that Team Raw, who lost to Retribution on Monday because of miscommunication, gets their act together and holds it together to win on Sunday, and a Team Raw victory will happen here because Team SmackDown, whatever. I will also say, since Seth freaking Rollins is going to be leaving soon because he's having a baby, or I guess Becky's having a baby, he's going to be totally destroyed in this match by Braun Strowman and Keith Lee, etc., etc. And the bodyguard of AJ Styles will totally destroy Seth because he's leaving for a few months for maternity leave or paternity leave. So that's going to happen with that. But hey, we'll see. But yeah, I see Team Raw getting there on the same page and winning that matchup. Now, on the women's side, Team Raw is Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans, and Lana. And Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Natalya, the Boat, and Bayley. And those last 2 were announced last night on SmackDown. Now tell me, I know that they've replaced Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke kind of last minute, right? So Peyton and Lacey are last minute additions to Team Raw. And you didn't announce Team SmackDown until Friday. You're going to say you had the opportunity to have Team Raw include Peyton Royce and Team SmackDown include Billie Kay, and you could have had iconic shenanigans in that match of them not wanting to fight. It would have been hilarious, and you didn't do that? You didn't go that route? Instead, you gave us Natalya, who had 5 chances to get on the team? Why? What and why and how? And sure, Bayley is a longest reigning women's champion, and having her on the team, from a management perspective, makes a lot of sense. But also, you could have had Peyton and Billie, and it would have been a great moment for that match, and you didn't do that. And instead, we get Natalya, the Boat. I don't get it. But team composition aside, let's ignore that. Who's going to win between Raw and SmackDown? What are you doing, Bobby Lashley? That, my friends, is the question. And again, Team Raw has had the longer term story being built of they don't want the pose. He hit the pose They don't want Lana on the team, right? And 9 weeks, Lana went through a table. I would say in this match, Lana gonna go through a table and they ignore her. She's taken out, but lo and behold, because they did that early on, she ends up as the sole survivor in that match. And somehow, I mean, look, they might not win, but definitely Lana as the sole survivor is the story here after she gets put through the table and gets to the very end of the match. And oh man, Lana's the last one. That has to be the story. Otherwise, why, besides having your husband in AEW, why would you have 9 weeks of table spots to not have this be number 10 during this match, during this 5-on-5? That has to be the story, because otherwise it seems all like pointless booking. So I'm going to say again here, Team Raw gets it done. Lana has her redemption, and I guess we're supposed to cheer for Lana? I don't know. But look, that one could go either way. I could also see Lana getting there up until the end, and then, oh no, Bianca Belair, you're done. Like, that could also happen on a number of levels. So, besides that, this match, the U.S. champion Bobby Lashley getting a half-and-half suplex there by the Intercontinental Champion, the Liberator, Sami Zayn, right? And this match, I think, might depend on, is the Hurt Business ringside? Is the Hurt Business getting involved? Because I think I still see sneaky Sami Zayn getting a win here as he heads into a Daniel Bryan feud. And I think there are ways to get around this that don't involve just straight up a clean pinfall loss for Lashley. Certainly Lashley has been looking amazing as of late. Like, booked very strongly. But there are ways around that to have a sneaky Sami Zayn victory and a shocking upset here for the IC champion. And I think that is perhaps the best way to go with that particular match. Now, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day, versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. And they had that belt exchange. It was weird. It didn't make any sense. And it kind of messes up the whole lineage. But besides the point. This, for me, might be the hardest match to call on this show. Because I like both these teams. And they're certainly both very talented in the ring. And I wouldn't want either of them to lose, right? So then you ask yourself, all right, but if they have to have a winner, if there has to be a winner, how can you ever bet against the New Day? Yes, this would give the rub to the Profits here if they can get and eke out a victory against the New Day. But certainly I have lost plenty of predictions betting against the New Day, the 10-time champion. I'm not going to bet against the New Day. So New Day gets it done. And as a reminder, Kofi, former world champion on that tag team. Just saying. That is important, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But this match is a mess. Okay, so your Raw Women's Champion, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, goes 1-on-1 with the boss, Sasha Banks. And she had to remind Cole that it's boss time on SmackDown. That was hilarious. But this one, I feel like Asuka can take this loss, right? And that Sasha, who is obviously beat Bayley at Hell in a Cell and beat Bayley on SmackDown and has been repeatedly attacked by Carmella over and over and over and has not gotten any kind of heat on her just yet. I feel like positioning Sasha as the underdog here against Asuka and having her eke out a victory is the viable option here for a SmackDown victory. But this one, again, could go either way, and I'm not too sure on how they're going to book this. But right now, Asuka has no, impending challenger for the belt. Sure, at some point, it could be Nia or Shayna or a call-up or, whatever on Raw. But it feels like there's nobody imminently after Asuka, whereas Carmella is imminently after Sasha. But that could backfire and could give Sasha the victory here. But yeah, that one, nice pop-up spear. Again, the power of Lashley. He's been, really awesome the past month and change as part of the Hurt Business. Now, your main event of the evening. is going to be your WWE Champion, two-time, the Scottish Warrior, as he is now called, Drew McIntyre. No longer a psychopath, he is now a warrior. Come out to play. And can Sammy do it? No. Okay, so we have your champion on Raw, Drew, versus the tribal chief, the big dog, Roman Reigns. And this one for me is pretty easy to call because we've seen that Drew can lose. He lost to Randy Orton pretty recently, and obviously he got it back, but Roman, since his return, since his heel turn, since this whole tribal chief B-ness is A, not working many matches, and B, not losing. Like, I just don't see Roman losing right now. They need to have somebody that is properly built up to dethrone Roman Reigns, and they have not done so as of yet. So I don't see any reality where Roman Reigns loses, especially with a very pissed off Randy Orton who just lost his belt on Monday. So certainly Orton shenanigans, haluva kick there. Certainly Orton shenanigans perhaps happening in this match. So not perhaps a clean win, a clean pinfall, a clean like just 1, 2, 3 in the center for that. But I do see Roman Reigns winning that pretty much handily. Like, I don't see any reality where it really hurts Drew that much to lose when he just lost to Randy Orton. But it would certainly dethrone what's happening right now, no pun intended, with the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who needs to remain dominant and rule SmackDown until they build up a proper face to go after him on SmackDown, right? Because this obviously is just, you know, best of the best. It's whatever. Honestly, this match perhaps does not even need a clean finish at all. Just give us shenanigans. And there it is. Blue Thunder Bomb. Think of a pinfall. What are you doing, Sammy? Like, Blue Thunder, then pin. Oh, that's why somebody wants the smoke. Why, oh why, does somebody want the smoke? But it was a distraction. Lashley's up. Lashley's up. He has a finisher. So does Sammy. Who will take it home here in this matchup? So that puts my scoring at SmackDown at 4 and Raw at 3. And that's only if they actually count the kickoff dual brand battle royal. But again, we'll see. It's always one of the hardest shows to call each and every year. And so there you go. Let me know who you think is going to win down in the comments below. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. Can Lashley put away Sammy? Sami Zayn calling for it. Calling for it. Flatliner. Rolls through. Submission maneuver. But will Lashley tappa? And he does to submission. Never discount the ability of Sami Zayn. I'm Attack Slug. See you next time right here. And I'm out.